Hey cadets, welcome back to another update. Thank you, those of you who came out to EVO to play the game and check out Clark. Our update here will start with our new tradition of a top 5 best combos of EVO. This first combo is a little short, happened during the Jordy Hassarus match. The reason I'm including it is that I thought it was a really slick situational combo where you'll see Jordy is able to escape from the corner and get like a good 28%, I believe it was, out of it as he does.
All right, here comes the eye. Yeah, scary. Side switch, nice.
Now I was excited about this one because I was hoping to see Kurt come out with a combo that's not too bad, since he's pretty new and I haven't seen any real breakout Kurt talent yet. But this Hatchling guy who's playing in this match used him really well and took him to the final four. And in this little combo, this is another situational kind of combo of opportunity where he kind of turns the tables on Jordy and is able to get a decent little chunk of damage.
Both players making good use of the Sith now.
Hey,
nice little
big
combo.
Now, this one is actually my favorite combo of the whole Evo, but it's a little short, and the judges said it wasn't first place, it was third place. This is one from Chigs, where he uses the Crystal Carpet, the John McClane, as Zagrand calls it, to sort of bounce Dragon Blade around. And anyway, I see this as the nascent form of a real brutal, horrifying combo down the road with this same assist. Take a look.
From DBI there.
All right, match point for Dragon Blade Ice. Keenan.
Yeah.
Lands in the assist.
Oh, I love that so much.
This one's kind of like a smart guy combo. This one we have Hassarus versus Jordy, and Hassarus is able to use this explosion going off to link together, because of the hit stun from the explosion, 3 of the same move in a row, and then finishes the combo with really good damage. Anyway, I thought it was efficient and slick looking. Here we go.
Keenan in the corner. We mentioned this at Combo Breaker. Keenan kind of likes to be in the corner.
Yeah.
He's not really too worried about that because of his mix-up side switch.
And for our number 1 selection, we have, of course, our EVO champion, Dragon Blade Ice. This is a fairly traditional combo until you get to the end, where he uses a launcher to extend it, which I thought was really slick. And it does excellent damage. Also, worth noting, Dragon Blade's not usually the guy who does giant combos. So this is it's a nice one from him.
All right. Wow.
Okay, now that we've got the combos out of the way, let's talk about some quick balancing changes. Blaine's jab super now moves forward as it attacks, making it easier to use it as a counter and effectively improving its range. Blaine's dive kick now comes in at a shallower angle, allowing him to cover more distance and gives you a knockdown. Blaine's standard fireball now launches, and his armored weapon attack on back and weapon is now quicker in recovery. Carl's standard fireball no longer launches, allowing you to chase after it and potentially get a full conversion. Keenan's back weapon attack is now 1 frame slower. It's just 1 frame, guys. No big deal. Lois's bombs will now no longer go off screen in the corner, but rather bounce back. Clark's discs now have the option, if you use the hold version of the disc, to have it bounce past the enemy before it plants itself on the floor. Thanks to Hacerus for this idea. It is a good one. I fixed a problem with Kurt where his aerial fireballs would sometimes hit the ground and destroy themselves before they got to the enemy. They no longer do that. Slight nerf, his reflector now lasts 1 second less. So it goes away a little faster. Dean's John McClane, his carpet of shards of crystal. These crystals now have a shorter duration before they explode. Roxanne has gotten a speed boost. Her walking speed and jumping height have been improved. Roxanne has also had the height of her standard and more powerful fireballs lowered so that characters with a really short crouch like Keenan can't crouch underneath them anymore. Ruth has had to have her neutral weapon attack changed. So now if you hit neutral weapon... crap. What the... Okay. Hold on a second, guys. I know a lot of you are used to this. I have to just try to figure out what the hell is going on here. I suppose I should pause the YouTube video. I'm excited to introduce Willie. Willie uses the forbidden art of parasitizing 2 bodies simultaneously. Now, a parasite can rarely control both of those bodies at the same time, but can put one into a dormant state and rapidly swap between the 2 of them. And that is what Willie does during a match. As you can see, this round ball behind Willie is Willie's alternate body. This doesn't do any damage or have any real effect on play until Willie uses a move that switches him into that body. But it can be hit by both players and will stay on the play field the entire time. Let's go over Willie's normals first. Willie's neutral jab is an outside crescent kick. Very fast, very short range. His 2 jab, crouching neutral jab, similarly is very fast and low range. Forward end jab allows Willie to leap over lows and beat anyone who's trying to hit him with a low. Unlike many of these moves, it does more damage and causes a knockdown. It also has slightly higher recovery than similar moves like, say, Roxanne's. Back end jab is Willie's overhead. This move is special in a couple ways. One is it functions as a brief sway. 2 is that it's really long range. And 3 is that it ends with Willie off of the ground. So it will actually beat lows and just makes him a little bit harder to hit at the end of his attack. Down back and jab is a better than average anti-air normal for Willy. This launches opponents, activates very fast, and has a great hitbox. Down forward and jab with Willy is somewhat unique in that it is the only down forward jab that isn't a low. It causes Willy to low profile and then do a roundhouse that will launch his opponent and get a wall bounce if he's in the right position for it. Neutral jab in the air is a kind of a standard jump in, but for Willy it is rather short range. As with a lot of Willy's jabs, they are often a little stubby, although he can move pretty far with a number of them. Forward and jab in the air is actually a cross-up kick. You don't move forward like some of the cross-up moves in this game, but it activates very quickly, and Willy bounces off at pretty high speed. You can control your trajectory after the bounce off and get up to some tricky type of mix-up shenanigans. Back and jab in the air with Willy attacks out of his alternate body, which is still on the ground, to do a spinning ball attack. Now for his weapon attacks. Neutral weapon is fast, but somewhat short range. This move does have a pretty generous vertical hitbox, so I would say you can use it as a poor man's version of Keenan's neutral weapon. Forward and weapon is kind of a special move for Willy. It's a very long-range poke. Willy is unique in Heavenly Parasite for not having a fireball. However, his forward weapon attack and his down forward weapon attack are both very long range. And as long as you're playing close in and using your second body, I think you should be able to harass people and stay out of their range pretty well with Willy. Like I said, down forward weapon is a low, doesn't have the range of the forward weapon, but it hits low. Down and weapon is his knockdown sweep. Excellent range and pretty fast. Down back weapon is a very powerful anti-air. Back and weapon is unique in that it is a normal that starts with a parry. Use this when you expect to clash with an opponent's weapon, or to gain screen real estate. When someone throws a fireball at you, you can throw it back and potentially hit them with this move, which is a launcher. Neutral weapon in the air is a decent cross-up. Forward weapon in the air is a super long-range angled attack. Use this to poke at your opponent or to harass them with overheads, even while escaping. Back end weapon with Willy in the air puts him into his stance. This stance can also be reached by using one of Willy's special moves. From it, you have a variety of options. With Willy's special moves, all of the forward fireball motion moves will use your alternate body, wherever it is on the screen. All of the reverse fireball special moves will come directly from the body you're currently inhabiting. So let's cover the ones that are in your body first. Let's start with reverse fireball and jab. You can use it to go over lows and reach opponents, or you can use it in combos. The hold version of this move moves upwards at a steep angle, and Willie will recover in air. The standard version does a knockdown, so you get to choose leave them upright and get a potential left-right mix, or go for the knockdown and Oki pressure. Reverse fireball and weapon is Willie's invincible reversal. This move doesn't move Willie into the air, it doesn't move him forward, so it has a little bit less offensive capability than some of the more active DPs. However, it has good range. It has the same invincibility as the other invincible reversals, and does good damage as well as juggling opponents. The tap version will knock the opponent towards you. The hold one will knock them behind you. Reverse fireball and parry will put Willie into his pole stand stance. From this stance, you have the option of moving in any direction. Forward will cause Willie to tip forward. Back will cause Willie to tip backwards. Down will cause Willie to shimmy down the pole quickly. Parry will send Willie launching really far across the screen. Willie doesn't have a traditional teleport. He can move to his other body, but this is one of his best ways to move across the screen at speed. Jab will transition to Willie's other body and attack with it with one of his rolling attacks. Weapon from your pole stand stance is a very large launching overhead. Now, Willie's moves that use his other body. Fireball and parry will simply transition you into the other body. Wherever it is, you can move to it. Fireball with jab will cause Willie to use his alternate body to spin at his opponent if he hits with this spinning attack, which does arc forward, so it can go over lows in the middle, depending on the hitboxes and hurtboxes. If it hits the opponent, it will bounce off, potentially getting Willie to a safe position. The hold version arcs Willie upwards much higher. This gives you the ability to maybe avoid projectiles as you're approaching, or just vary up the timing of the attack. Fireball with the weapon button will cause Willie to attack directly from his other body. The tap version of this move hits above the body and launches. This is a little tricky to space correctly. They have to be very close to your body to hit them with it. The hold version, however, is a slower, bigger range overhead. Now for Willie's supers. Double fireball and jab causes Willie to absorb the other ball, forming a very large ball and rolling at his opponent. This is invincible during the startup, so you can use it to defeat attempts to keep you out. It does lower damage as far as supers go. The double fireball and weapon attack comes from Willie's alternate body. He attacks twice and then switches to his previous body to finish the combo. So this move does a lot of damage, but you really need to have both bodies in position for it to be effective. Willie's install allows him to switch bodies with every weapon attack. Even attacks from the air. As you can see, Willie's mix-up opportunities may rival Keenan, at least with proper spacing when you keep the alternate body moving and keep the opponent guessing as to which side you're going to come out on. Especially with his large number of big hitboxes on a lot of his normals and his number of overheads, I think you'll find it pretty easy to open people up with Willie. Okay, that's about it. I hope to see a bunch of you guys down in CEO this year and try out Willie.